Konnichiwa, konbanwa, ohayo gozaimasu. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Khan, and welcome to episode 126 of Good or Garbage, the number one place where you can find out what stuff is being sold in the division on a weekly basis. This week, I am happy to announce there is a God roll. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this week. Of course, after the milestone, they bring out the goodies, but you know, nothing new about that. That is very much to be expected. If you are unaware, the strike global event is going on now. There is a bit of time. You still have a little bit of time to play if you are looking for any kind of GE stuff that you need. There are a lot of sets that a lot of people really want. Unfortunately, the RNGesus does not smile on me when it comes to getting actual drops. So I'm playing, but I'm not pushing too hard. Let's get started with Good or Garbage. This is some stuff to see. Let's go. All right, now let's move on to the attachments for this week. At the special equipment vendor in the base of operations, there is a large suppressor being sold with 18% critical hit damage, 2.5% critical hit chance, 2% accuracy, and 42% reduced threat. Now, if you are looking for something like this to go on a larger weapon, something like an AR or an LMG or a sniper rifle, then you can go ahead and pick this up. Remember, this does not work for smaller weapons like SMGs or pistols, so you will have to find something else for that. But if you are looking for this for larger weapons, you can head over to the base of operations, pick this up, but remember, it will cost you Phoenix credits. At Camp Hudson this week, we've got the God roll. It's about time. See, it's every time after a milestone for my videos, they bust out the good stuff. So we got an extended magazine God roll, this one with 120.5 magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and 3% critical hit chance. If you do not have a magazine, extended magazine like this, it behooves you to take your ass over to Camp Hudson and pick up as many of these as you can, fill them up on all the weapons that you need so that you don't have to worry about magazines, extended magazines at least, ever again. You're welcome. Leave a thank you in the comment section. And yeah, finally got a God roll. Good stuff. This week at the advanced weaponry vendor, we have the SR7 suppressor. This one coming in with 18% critical hit damage, 4.5% optimal range, 2% accuracy, and 48% reduced threat. Now there is another, I guess, suppressor similar to this being sold in the base, kind of that little lower area, but that one will cost you Phoenix credits. This one will cost you normal credits. This is probably a better buy, just because you can always use those Phoenix credits to buy caches for some of those classified caches, and then fill out some of the stuff that you may need. Whereas with regular credits, you're not really going to do much with that. So if you are looking for a suppressor with 18% critical hit damage, this one might be the better buy this week. This week, the vendor at DZ5 has a small grip for sale with 18% critical hit damage, 4.5% range, and 4.5% to reload speed. So unfortunately, it's not 19%. Yeah, I know. But still, 18% is pretty good if you don't have it. And you can also get some extra range and some reload speed. So if you need that for your weapon, maybe you use a slower firing weapon, or maybe you use a weapon that doesn't have such good range, then you can definitely go ahead and pick this up. It will cost you Dark Zone credits. But yeah, 18%, still not bad. If you need it, go ahead over to DZ5, check it out. Now let's go take a look at this week's gear mods. This week over at East 34th Street, there is a stamina mod being sold with 263 stam and 3% skill haste. Now, if you are looking for some skill haste to use on any of your builds, you can definitely go and check this out. 263 is nothing to kind of laugh at. So if you are looking for something like this, definitely go over to East 34th Street and check it out. This week over at Madison stand, we have a prototype stamina mod purple with 3% damage to elites and a pathetic 186 stam, but you're not getting this for the stam, you're getting it for the DTE. Now, while this is not 4% as I wished and hoped, it is what it is, and hopefully, you know, we'll get one of these 4%ers soon. I know I need one for my PC character. Definitely want that. So if we do get one of these, I will definitely shout it out. Make sure that you have subscribed and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of these videos, so that you know that it is out and that you never ever miss some of these god rolls and good stuff ever again. And if you do happen to miss it, you know, that's on you. Don't miss it. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell. This week at Dante's Run, there's a prototype performance mod being sold with 4% Secret Mind damage. If you are using Secret Minds and you don't have any of these, you're doing it wrong. Better put this on if you use the Secret Mind, because Secret Mind don't do too much of nothing right now. But if you are using it, you know, grab some of these. Dante's Run. Now let's take a look at the 280 to 283 gear score items. This week at the Advanced Weaponry Vendor, we have quite a few 280 plus weapons, so let's get to it. First of all, we have the 283 gear score Tactical Vector ACP. This one coming in with Determined, Sustained, and Hurried. Now, Hurried on SMGs is not that bad. Unfortunately, Determined is in the first slot instead of the third slot, and then Sustained is just not really one of those talents that really does the job. But this is what it is. If you want to keep this, you can easily roll off one of these and put Deadly on here somewhere, either with Sustained or with Determined, depending on which one will work for you. Also, there is a 281 gear score Lightweight M4. This one coming in with Skilled, Destructive, and Swift. Now, while Swift and Destructive, in my opinion, kind of fight in two different areas, Swift is still good for PvE, but it's better for PvP. Destructive, on the other hand, is only used for PvE and not for PvP, really. So you're kind of putting yourself in a situation where this is going to lean more towards PvE content. And then with Skilled, not many people are running builds that have enough electronics and firearms, so you'll probably want to get rid of this. But if you are using this for PvE content, Destructive is really good just because it'll eat away at enemy armor pretty well. And then this one comes in with 22% enemy armor damage baked in, so you'll get a nice extra 15% on top of that. And then having 37% enemy armor damage is pretty good. Also, we have a gear score 280 Blackmarket SASG 12. This one coming in with Brutal, Destructive, and Vicious. Now, Vicious and having Brutal together are pretty nice in my opinion. Determined, again, not in the third slot, which is kind of disappointing, but easily, since you have Vicious, you can put Deadly on this and then have this be a powerhouse of shotgun. And with the slight nerfs to the Showstopper, if you are looking for another faster firing shotgun, this is the way to go. Also, as a little bit of a mention, the M700 is not too bad. I would actually roll Vicious off and probably put Brutal on this, but this is still pretty good. It does come with Unforgiving. The gear score is a little bit low, and with an even lower gear score, the Infantry MG5 is also for sale, but it does come with Swift, Destructive, and Brutal. Talents that are not too bad for PvE content, so if you are looking to just have this work for you, then you could go ahead and check it out, but it will cost you quite a bit of Division tech to kind of bump it up. And that's, yeah, the Advanced Weaponry Vendor for this week. At Camp Hudson this week, we have a gear score 281 military M870 shotgun. This one coming in with some decent talents. Got it Unforgiving, Trained, and Fierce. Of course, you're going to want to do something with Trained, maybe roll that off. But having Fierce in the third and also having Unforgiving is not too bad to have. So if you are looking for a new shotgun, maybe a slower firing, harder hitter, then you can go and check this out over at Camp Hudson. This week over at the Crypt, there is a First Wave X45 sidearm being sold. This one coming in with Responsive. Now there is another sidearm being sold this week, and yeah, it's very different from this one. I believe it was the one with Predatory. It's in the 284 section, but those are two very different weapons. This one has a lot of slots for attachments and it has Responsive, whereas the other one doesn't have as many slots, but it does have Predatory. Personally, I would prefer the one with Predatory just because of the value of what Predatory could give to you in a pinch, which is when you would pretty much use a sidearm. If you are using it as a primary, if you're trying to do something where you're using your pistol to get pistol kills, this one may be the better option, but it's all up to you. So let me know in the comment section, which one do you choose for your sidearm for this week. Now it's time to wrap things up in the 284 plus gear score section. At the base of operations, the weapons vendor has a gear score 284 officers M9A1. Now, while this does not have a lot of the attachments that some of the sidearms have, this one does come in with predatory, and again it is a 284 gear score. So if you are in a pinch and maybe you have to switch to your sidearm, you may want to finish off whoever you're fighting and then get a little bit of heal after it. So this may not be a bad option if you are looking for a new sidearm to try out. All right, guys, that is it for episode 126 of Good or Garbage. 126 weeks in a row, still going strong. I hope you guys picked up some of the stuff that's being sold this week. That extended mag is definitely going to be something that I'm gonna pick up for my PC character. He is in dire need of some good stuff. I don't know if it is it me, or are the NPCs hitting a little bit harder than they were before. I don't really see anything changing in my build. I didn't touch anything, but it seems like the NPCs are hitting harder. But I was experiencing quite a bit of lag during the filming of this episode, and actually I got 2 Delta disconnects while I was doing this. It was a real pain in the ass, but let me know what you guys think about any changes that they might have snuck in the DZ, or is it just the lag? I don't know. But until next time, good garbage.